Hey guys, Carter here from Scarab Off-Road Technologies. Today behind me I have my buddy Nico's 3rd gen Tacoma, and we are going to be showing you how to install our Scarab Off-Road underhood lighting kit on it. It's very similar across the whole Toyota lineup, but there's a couple slight differences just how the wires are installed. So let's jump into it and see how it's done. Here on the hood of this Tacoma you can see we have everything laid out. First off, we have the lighting kit. There's everything in there. It comes with, of course, the lighting kit itself. You're also going to find in here Scarab Off-Road sticker. Next up we have our tools. For this job you're going to need a 10mm socket, a flathead screwdriver, and some sort of pair of pliers like this. For installing the LED itself, you're going to want something to clean the surface of your truck. Isopropyl alcohol will do the trick. And then either some paper towels or a rag, totally up to you. Last but not least, if you're like me and don't like getting your hands dirty, grab some of these bad boys. We've gotten our hood lifted, and now it's time to prepare the top of the hood for installing the LED. I just have a paper towel here. I'm going to soak it thoroughly with alcohol. And this is a critical step. You're just going to wipe down this whole thing and make sure to do a very good job of it. This is where your LED is going to stick to, so just be thorough and make sure you get all that grime off, as you can see there. Now that we've gotten our hood cleaned off, we have our LED strip in our hand. We're going to peel this off, exposing the adhesive. And now it's time to line this up. I just eyeball this, try to make sure it's all centered up on the hood. And once you're happy with the placement of it, you're just going to work your way all along and make sure it's pressed down properly and stuck to the hood. Next up, we're going to install our negative wire. To do this on the 3rd gen Tacoma, what we're actually going to be doing is basically replacing this bolt with this entire assembly here. For this step, you're going to grab your 10mm socket, remove this bolt, and then what we're going to do is come under here with the pliers. There's this little plastic insert, and we are going to pop this plastic insert out. With any luck, it should just come out like that. Feel free to save that if there's any reason to. With that insert out, now you can see we have a nice proper hole for this plunger to set into. You're going to take off the bottom nut, insert the assembly through here, put the nut back on, and slide it all the way up the wire, and then using your fingers just try to get that on from the bottom, rotate it up till it's nice and snug. Then while holding the nut from the bottom with your hand, you can spin the top and snug it down all the way. Next up we have our positive wire. This is just going to connect to the positive terminal of the battery. Undo this outer nut. Once that's off, we can install this end of the wire and put that nut right back on. It's now time to connect everything together using our main fuse and wiring harness. To do this, again, you are going to want to grab some alcohol and paper towels. We have these little zip tie mounts that's going to hold everything on. We're going to want to prepare all the surfaces to stick those down. Grab one of these little 3M sticky pads. I'm going to place that right here next to the battery. And with this step, what I like to do is actually sort of daisy chain 2 of these together. I'm going to insert our zip ties sideways like this, just like so. With the main fuse connected, we're just going to work our way up and use a couple more of these sticky mounts to lay down this wire here, bridge it up to the hood, and then route it up to the top and connect it with our LED. Now be careful with this one here. What you're going to want to do is cinch it down just snug, but not too tight. The reason for that is we want to have a little bit of slack here so that you're not going to be tugging on this when you open the hood. So just for now, leave this a little bit loose and we'll cinch it up later. Finally, we can connect our wiring all the way up to the top, and it just plugs right into the LED. Well, we got everything wired up. Now it's time to connect everything. Optionally, we do include this kill switch. I personally like it. You don't have to include it, but it is there if you want it. So we're going to wipe off one last spot. And this has a piece of sticky tape on the back. Just going to take that off and stick it down wherever you want that kill switch. Now we're going to jump over to our main wiring harness. Negative is going to plug into here. That will plug into the negative of the wiring harness. And last but not least, we have our positive. That will come under here and plug into our positive. All right, we have everything installed. At this point, just double check that your kill switch works. Turns the light on and off. Double check that this is going to turn the light on and off, and everything should be good. All right, we've cleaned everything up. Now it's time to do one final test fit, which is closing the hood. As you close your hood, keep an eye on the wire back there. Just make sure it's closing and not pinching anything. Slowly drop the hood down, and this is going to be much easier to do in the dark, but as you close the hood, make sure your light is turning off and not draining all your battery. All right guys, well that is the install. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully it was an easy install for you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop us a comment down below. Find us on Instagram at Scarab Off-Road and shoot us a DM there. So I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for sticking around. Stay tuned for more videos to come, and I'll catch you in the next one.